whales in the very center of Mexico's Gulf of California.
You know, to be part of this expedition is an utter dream. You know, the predator interactions between sperm whales and these massive squids is sort of the stuff we grew up listening to.
Their study site is a hotspot for marine mammals, a tiny island called San Pedro Martir. The team have a week to track down and tag both sperm whales and the enormous jumbo squid. This expedition is the culmination of research by a group of scientists, including Diane and Randall. It's an ambitious attempt to effectively piggyback on sperm whales when they dive into the deep. In 2004, they tagged 5 whales with electronic sensors, every second recording dive data like depth and temperature. Their colleague Bill Gilley tagged several jumbo squid. The tag results threw up an interesting conundrum. During the day, the jumbo squid stays down deep, around 400 meters. Every night, they rise close to the surface. The whales behave differently. They dive down to 400 meters both day and night, and do all their hunting there. The scientists were perplexed. Why don't the whales hunt squid near the surface at night? Why do they dive so deep? To help them answer this question, they now want to take the tagging operation a step further and attach a video camera to a sperm whale.
That's the biggest benefit of a visual record. There are subtleties and nuances of the behavior which cannot be understood or captured in almost any other way.
Randall hopes the camera will help them better understand and possibly see just how sperm whales track down and catch squid.
Sperm whales spend most of their lives in the zone that occurs from a depth of 200 meters to 1,000 meters. And we know very little about the animals that live there. But this is where the sperm whale lives much of its life. And it hunts prey at these depths.
At the surface it may look strange, but this 20-meter-long animal is superbly adapted to hunt in the deepest, blackest depths. That's because inside its enormous head, the sperm whale has a phenomenal communication and sonar system. It comprises a huge mass of oily tissue called the spermaceti organ, which it uses in the production of sound pulses, clicks. The sound pulse is focused through a series of acoustic lenses, making it extremely powerful and highly directional. It's the loudest sound made by any animal, louder than a shotgun. It means that sperm whales can communicate with each other over several kilometers. They can also locate objects by listening to returning echoes. So even in the darkest ocean, the sperm whale can see with sound and chase down its prey. The jumbo squid is the sperm whale's preferred prey. It's a formidable predator in its own right. Weighing 50 kilos, it grows 2 meters long. Underwater cameraman Bob Cranston is joining the team to help them find jumbo squid. He's been filming them for 10 years.
They're an aggressive predator, and they do come up and suck on your legs, and you have to knock them off. And I think a bunch of them could come up and, things could get exciting.
It is a true deep water animal.
This eye is polarized, and it can see in darkness that we can't even imagine.
Jumbo squid use jet propulsion to swim. A muscular body pushes water out through a siphon. It's a nimble, fast-swimming animal. So how does the sperm whale manage to hunt down and catch it? The way to find out is by attaching sensors to a whale, including a camera.
The concept of this camera was that we could travel vicariously with the animal, look over the top of its head, and actually watch the events like predator-prey interactions, prey capture events, what the animal is eating. This is something with deep diving species that you can't do in almost any other way. Big question, how's this going to get on a sperm whale? Squid use suckers in order to latch on to prey and capture them, and we're using a suction device to basically attach this instrument, so it's somewhat ironic.
To suck onto our prey.
That's right. We're pretty pleased with this approach. We get the data we want, and there's no harm done to the animal.
Only a small inflatable boat will get the team close to the whales. Sperm whales normally travel in small groups. Spot one whale and you find a group.
12 degrees off starboard, 300 meters.
The suction cup and camera are linked by a tether, and fixed on the end of an 8-meter carbon fiber pole. Ryan and Randall will direct the placement on the whale. Diane will skipper the boat, with colleague Willem controlling the air supply to the suction cap.
Rough through him just up there, Doc. There he goes. Oh, look at him. Bang! Who's the closest one? This one?
It's a bit tense. No one's sure if it will work, or how the whales will react. Up on the bridge of the main boat, Captain Josh is on the lookout.
Right next to us, a whale just came up, right on our starboard side.
The whales normally rest at the surface for about 8 minutes in between dives.
So we'll go behind, let him get used to us, and then just keep going alongside and try our luck. Are we ready?
I think we're ready. Are you ready, Doc?
Let's stay with this girl. Be careful not touching her.
Stay with us.
She's gone. We need another one.
The whale was quick to flee. Will they all be so shy? The next candidate surfaces 100 meters away.
Are we ready?
Come on, stay with us. Stay with us.
Okay, now we go.
Stay with us.
Go, go, go.
We got it! It's gone! My God, yeah! Look at there it goes! Doesn't like it. I didn't see it, it was still on there. My goodness, that had some suck to it.
Okay.
Well, that was bloody intense.
There it is. I think it's on.
It's on, I saw it.
For me, it was, this was magic. We had a mission. We set out a mission after 20 minutes. We put this thing on and it's sticking on. The downside is the whale's not happy. We didn't barb it. We just put a suction cup on it. It's not happy. That was definitely exciting.
The team's elation soon comes back down to earth. After only a few minutes, the whale shakes off the camera.
Oh, here it is. It came off. It's right here.
The camera will need to be checked over. And the team want to figure out why it didn't stay on the whale.
I think it'd be worth going back and let Willem look at the suction cup.
The team are learning just how dangerous it is to tag a whale humanely.
I thought we were going to get hit, and I thought Ryan did get hit. When he went over the side, I thought something had struck him in the head, so I grabbed him by the back of the shirt. Fortunately, he had just lost his balance, so I'd say that was fairly close. Closer than I would prefer. And that thing came past me and Randy like a flash. And if we had moved that split second earlier, you know, I don't know. I didn't want to guess what was going to happen. But yeah, I think we definitely had to step back, reassess, and be a little bit more cautious. We forgot how powerful these animals can be when they want to be.
There's something else about these animals that Bob Cranston is very aware of.
When swimming with whales, there is a danger zone. I like to call it the arc of death. It is the distance between the pectoral fin and the tail. If you find yourself between the pectoral fin and the tail, this tail comes whoosh, sideways and takes off your head, or hits you in the chest, breaks your ribs, messes up your day. I call that the arc of death.
It's going to be like fun if Spoon was out there.
Oh, we will. I'll be all around the island. I promise that.
Yeah?
San Pedro Martir is a rugged volcanic outcrop in one of the richest seas in the world.
This is a very productive ocean because it's cold. Cold water holds more oxygen. It also has a big tidal flow, so the upwellings and the nutrients get mixed around with the tide twice a day.
Just coming here and looking around and feeling all the action that's going on. It's a special place.
The Gulf of California is home to at least 20 species of whales and dolphins. For a whale scientist, this place is paradise. Diane spends most of her fieldwork out at sea like this. She wants to understand how whales fit into this rich ecosystem.
They're a very large animal, and you can get so close to them, and they actually tolerate you. We know so little, so every new information is exciting.
More than 1,000 sperm whales live in the Gulf. Diane thinks she knows why.
The concentration of large squid in this area is really high, and that's probably why the sperm whale all gather here in such a high concentration.
There's enough food here to support a resident population of sperm whales. So many whales live here, scientists call it a superaggregation. So what's down below? Ryan and Bob will check it out.
Kom igen then.
"30 meters down, Ryan and Bob can see for themselves that this sea is full of life. The slopes are festooned with filter feeders like rare black coral, and blooms of shrimp so thick they block their view.
And there's a lot of mysid shrimp, a lot of small little animals that the sardines can feed on. And then, of course, whales and squid can feed on sardines.
It's a thriving ecosystem. It's not long before Ryan becomes the subject of interest of California's sea lions. The sea lions have been hunting, and one of them has just what Ryan's here to track down: a jumbo squid.
They get a little bit frisky. Pretty cool. But it sure is more than the sperm whales that are eating the squid. That's for sure.
This is a good sign. Now it's time to find some sperm whales. Diane often sees bottlenose dolphins with the whales, so they're in good company.
Made a whole flip.
Diane's studies on this population of whales show they feed almost exclusively on jumbo squid. Males like this can eat 350 large squid in a single day. The team must be careful as they approach it. Males grow twice the size of females and can be much more aggressive.
I have no idea how he's gonna react. This is a bit dangerous, I think. It's a male sperm whale. Remember what we did?
It doesn't take long before the whale detects them. And unlike the previous whales, this guy is not afraid. Now he's checking them out. "30 tons of animal is heading their way.
What is he gonna do? Yeah, we're just checking on him.
Over 20 meters long, this is as big as sperm whales get. They can see its huge head, shaped like some enormous battering ram. And a clear view of the characteristic wrinkled skin that sperm whales have. This male was only curious. The one that sparked Herman Melville to write Moby Dick destroyed a whaling ship. Tagging day 2. The camera is working fine. And the team find themselves smack in the middle of some energetic whales.
Big animal. It's true, this one's gone, and the one in the back.
All of them males.
There's male and
tough battle, territorial displays.
These are not the animals Diane wants to tag.
If you try down a big male, the reaction could be twice as strong as it is twice as big. And I don't think anybody wants to see that.
Well, there's a reason Diane doesn't want to attach a camera to a male. She's afraid it'll come around and kill us. Is that true? Oh, yeah. Yeah. They're big. They're aggressive. If we do it on the male, all it means is there's going to be a bigger tail coming through trying to whack us. But the fact is, if we get hit by a big tail or a little tail, we're all in the drink anyway, so maybe it really doesn't make a big difference.
I always say, never a male. I mean, you would never know his reaction.
For now, they'll stick to the smaller whales. But even a small sperm whale is as long as their tiny boat.
Ready?
Trial and error, you gotta take your chances. We missed. Yeah.
All in and let's go. Let's go find another group.
At least they haven't turned around and attacked us yet.
This humane approach with suction cups instead of barbs is proving much more difficult than the team expected.
Gonna flew. Okay, last chance, last call for tonight.
Come on, push forward! Push forward! Nah, careful.
We'll try tomorrow.
The next morning is nice and calm. Diane wants to show the team what sperm whales are like when they're not being tagged. An adult is resting at the surface, but she's not alone.
Oh, it's a cat. Great.
Mother and calf head off to join the rest of their group. But then something unusual begins to happen. The group begins to swim close together, something Diane's seen the whales do before.
See, there's another one coming in. They're gonna start. I mean, they really are starting to get together for a little socializing special time.
The whales seem to love touching each other, rolling along each other's bodies. And they emit a cacophony of sounds. Distinct click bursts called coda. These are a patterned series of 3 to 20 clicks, which the whales use to communicate with each other. One whale will repeat back the exact sound it hears from another in just a fraction of a second. Scientists have analyzed the codas transmitted between whales and discovered that they have a similar pattern to a conversation. But what information the whales are transmitting is still unknown.
They don't care. They just want to play. Look at that. They were socializing. You can see rubbing each other, the tail out, the head out. That's when the coda. That's when they make coda. That's when you want to get in the water and see what is happening down below.
Why are they socializing? What do you think's going on?
Well, the cat. It looks like the cat wanted to play. Don't you think? Look at them all in line. Dolphins in the middle. That's what I like best. It's really this is to observe them, to be at sea with them. Everybody's happy this morning.
After 5 days, the team now has the right plan.
Wait.
All they need now is the right whale.
Okay, up to the hip, up to the hip. No. Nice action. It's on! It's off.
The pressure of the expedition isn't just on the team. The tagging pole is taking strain too.
We have a breakage.
Wait. Slow down.
Okay.
Let's go back down. Yeah. So, these snapper heads broke my fiber pole, which is impressive because it's hard to break a carbon fiber pole. So we now have a 20-foot pole instead of a 25-foot pole, which should put Ryan that much closer to the Ark of Death, which he doesn't even know about yet.
With night setting over the island, the squid will be rising to shallow water to feed. Ryan wants to attach a small bait attack to one of them, but first he's got to catch one, something that Bob's an expert at.
A true fisherman doesn't reveal all of his secrets, but here are some of them. We've put on some lights. This is a Mexican squid jig, and it glows in the dark.
So you're charging it up there?
Yeah, we just charge it up under the light, and then drop it in the water. So here's the right action, right here. Take over.
Cool, buddy.
This is just how Mexican fishermen jig for squid. Jumbo squid live deep down, way beyond the limits of even advanced deep divers. But they rise towards the surface every night in shoals that can number over 1,000 strong to hunt baitfish. It's one of the fastest growing creatures on Earth and has a voracious appetite. Bob's many encounters with these animals show they have a natural curiosity.
These squids are eating machines. They eat fish, they eat each other, they eat anything they can get a hold of.
It has powerful tentacles with suckers that can not just grasp, they can also taste.
If you're trying to catch a slippery fish and hold on to it, you need something really, quite good. These suckers have little teeth inside of them.
And at the center of its tentacles, a razor-sharp mouth that can easily tear through prey. It has such a fearsome reputation, local fishermen call it Diablo Rojo, the Red Devil. Soon enough, Ryan snags one.
It's a monster. I was right down about 170 meters. You should be just it. Oh, look at him! Holy crikey! Ah! Oh, shush! Oh, my God! My God!
Okay, I'll help you hold it. Snag him. You gotta get back in the water. They don't live very long.
Okay. We're gonna see. Just stick it right in there. Through. There. It's gonna tell us how deep it's swimming, see if it follows the same things as the sperm whales. And
So
also
that little thing records depth, huh?
depth, water temperature, and location.
Okay.
So pull that back up.
These things are pretty delicate, so
He's gonna carry it on. We're gonna have to unhook it.
unhook it. Just kind of turn the squid jig upside down. There we go, okay.
And on the ground.
Slide it back in the water. Nice and easy. Very gently.
Yeah, there you go, mate.
Oh, be careful. See how you're tearing it right here? It's really quite a delicate animal.
Okay.
Okay. There it goes. There he goes.
And he's swimming, he's popping away. What an animal!
Beautiful thing, isn't it?
What an animal!
The squid swims straight down to cooler, deeper water. It's adapted to a world of high pressures and cold water, and doesn't seem to cope well at the surface. With this success, the team are more determined than ever to tag a whale. Even with a much shorter pole. They have some feisty males around them, competing for access to a group of females. It's times like this when they will fight.
Yeah, let's get this quiet.
One of the big males has turned away from his competitors and fixed his attention on the boat.
Boy, are you coming to us or what? I have to admit, I'm a little bit scared. Oh my God, he's coming at us!
Uh-oh. We've been hit.
No, it's fine, it's fine. He's just telling us, move away. He's just telling us, move away, but I might...
A bit of a territorial display there.
Yeah, totally. The fluke is under us now.
You had that before, Diane?
No, I've heard that, but I've never happened to...
You've heard about it.
I've heard about it. This is incredible. This is incredible. He just came and pushed us saying, just, no, stay behind. Yeah, I mean, there's no other thing to say.
Was that
A close call. The big whale disappears as fast as it came. The team decide to find another group of whales and spot one lone female resting at the surface. It's all or nothing to attach the camera.
We're not gonna harm you. We just want to put a little suction cup on your head.
a few more seconds? Pull back. Still not liking it. That went brilliantly. Right whale, the right time.
So easy it was. This whale did not expect anything. It was the first whale we encountered. It's just gentle giant, it's easy. But when you try once or twice, it doesn't work. It doesn't work. So, and it's still on the whale.
It's still on, eh? That's fantastic. So, what's next, Randy? What are we going to do now? Attach another one. Plus, we need to get this one back. So, it's got a satellite and radio tag on. If it comes off, we'll know about it. We'll pick it up probably in the next 24 hours. Got the whale. The animal's down, and we're not picking up a signal. Okay.
Now the team must listen for the radio signal the camera will give out when the whale surfaces.
We are waiting for those tag whales to return to the surface.
Okay, so that means they don't have any signal at surface.
That's good news. Good news. The thing is, if the tag has come off, it's popped to the surface, it'll be transmitting, they'll be able to hear it. The fact that they can't hear it and they're waiting for the surface means that it's probably still an animal.
10 whales have come to the surface and are sticking close together.
Well, you see all those logging whale at surface, but if you look carefully, you can see some are head to head.
Could this be a response to a cue from the tagged whale? Strangely, they were nowhere near the lone whale when it was tagged. But something has brought them together in a hurry.
This was exactly what we call a unit, a group of female with their offspring that lives together for many years.
Just a few minutes before sundown, Diane spots the camera.
There!
Okay, I've got it. Got a visual on it.
He's right there.
It is detached from the whale.
Okay.
Well, it was on for about an hour. And as a first deployment, I'm pleased. And of course, when it happens, you're both elated and surprised.
The team are eager to see what the camera has recorded.
What is that?
The tag data show the whale swam down to 300 meters after being tagged, traveling at a steady 3 kilometers per hour, the LED lighting up the passing plankton. The picture is almost black, but the hydrophone is overwhelmed by all the sound.
Well, one thing for sure, the sounds we're hearing are coda. They're not regular clicks.
Coda is the whale's way of communicating with each other. And then, as the whale ascends towards the surface, the daylight reveals it's not alone.
What's that?
Yeah, exactly. It's going at the
That's more than one
surface.
snow. It's
That's-
sperm whale.
Look at that. There's one there.
So they swim all together. I mean, very close to each other. So this animal is swimming upside down. They're almost barely moving. They're just like gliding.
This is a camera on a rope. Just goes to show you. You can be replaced by a suction cup.
That's incredible. Look at that. They're all like, you know. again, these are Kodak. They all came because this whale is was having a problem or something. So they all probably gathered with him. He's really close to it, no? The other whale. Maybe trying to knock it off, no?
The camera records over an hour of the whale's dive before it detaches. This study is opening up a whole new window into the lives of sperm whales, allowing us to travel with them deep into their underwater world.
My feeling is that all these animals escorting this whale that has been tagged and has been a little bit surprised, and he probably sent Koda to tell the others something is on his back.
The pictures reveal this to be a close-knit group of animals, swimming to each other's aid and communicating incessantly. And it shows how deep down the whales hunt in total darkness, relying on their sophisticated sonar to echolocate. But why do the whales continue to hunt so deep at night when their squid prey are feeding near the surface? The team have an ingenious answer. They believe the whales are setting up an ambush. They can reconstruct the hunt using data from all the tags they've ever attached to both whales and squid. Here's what they think happens. Time check 6 p.m. The sperm whales are at the surface, resting and storing oxygen in their tissues, preparing for their next dive. 400 meters down, jumbo squid are on the move, swimming up the water column after fish prey. It's a regular phenomenon. Every night, deep water fish swim up to feed on plankton in shallow water. After 8 minutes at the surface, the tagged whale